Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Fame of Las Vegas' daily free winner show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Rumble. Now, guys, we have a great show today. I know the old saying is TGIF, thank God it's Friday, but with this panel, you're going to change that to thank God it's Monday. Let's bring them on. They're a good-looking bunch, and they're winners too. Jesse Schule, Tokyo Brandon, Moneyline Matt. Let me do some individual hellos. Good morning, Jesse.
Top of the morning to you, Joe.
I love you, but man, a few words this morning. We'll get him singing by the end of the show. Good evening to you, Tokyo Brandon.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. actually, but yeah, doing good. And Jesse, top of the morning to you.
I love it. Always a smile from Brandon.
I feel like the Lucky Charms elf.
I love it. I love it. You know, I used to put scotch in my Lucky Charms. God. It was good stuff. Good morning, Moneyline Matt. You're looking very spry today. How are you?
Hey, good, Joe. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Dionne. Good morning, Jesse, Tokyo Brandon. Good to be here on the show every Monday with everyone. I always look forward to it, ready to break things down.
Guys, I love having this panel. You know how I start every show? We got a little bit of fluff. We got some huge discounts. We got some free plays coming in multiple sports. Guys, don't go anywhere. First of all, good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
It's always a happy Monday. I get to start my week with you, and you look very fetching.
Well, thank you.
Maybe we'll make everybody in the panel uncles today. After the show, guys. That's a whole different video.
And your dogs too.
I want to talk about. I love Brandon. He's become family here. Guys, did everybody out there get a chance to watch either the whole or just parts of it? My dog's out the window already. Don't worry about it. The game in Munich, the Seahawks-Bucks. I want to tell you something. You know, American football is really big. It's getting big in Mexico, getting big in London, in England. It's getting big all over Europe. That show was packed. And if I read correctly, they had 3 million requests for tickets. 3 million.
That's what they said.
Now, if you looked in the stands, nobody wore soccer jerseys, European football jerseys. Everybody had an NFL jersey. And, you know, Dionne read something. Can you tell everybody what you read?
Yeah, so I read that actually Seattle has one of the largest social media presence in Germany, which I found
of any American sports team.
Yeah, which I found
the second largest.
Quite interesting. I mean, to me, that was something that was intriguing to me. That kind of swayed me a little bit towards the game. Unfortunately, I did not win it, but. To me, it kind of like made more sense to kind of take
they could have like a home field to them.
Have almost like a home field advantage, and that they would have more people cheering for them since they had such a large presence on social media.
Well, one thing I did realize, Tom Brady has been winning since he broke up, but isn't Giselle German? So maybe that was his FU to, her.
Well, you got to figure since he broke up with Giselle, he's winning. And since what's his name had Jessica Simpson, he was always losing.
Tony Romo. Oh my God.
Well, he also had his life savings in FTX, so he needs to start winning. He needs to start winning for like another 5 years.
Gotta love Jessica.
Pay them bills.
I will say, guys, there was a very touching portion of the game, and it went viral. And I got goosebumps. I watched it twice. Got goosebumps twice. Even got goosebumps when I was telling Tokyo Brandon about it. The entire stadium was singing word for word. Not one person was. John Denver's Country Road, Take Me Home. I still getting goosebumps again. It was touching to see that.
Yeah.
The last thing.
But Jesse had a good point earlier before we started the show. You were mentioning it's amazing that they actually knew all of the words to the song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know the words. Not well enough to sing it.
Jesse, I made a point. David Hasselhoff is the biggest musical talent over there. It was touching. Brandon, you got to Google it. It's amazing. The last thing, and I told Moneyline Matt about it, Americans were watching the game, and they saw that in the stands, everybody had these beers that looked like a full pitcher. They were like half pitchers with a big handle. They were pleasant. And people weren't pissed off. They're like, how come we can't get them here in America?
Yeah.
And, over there, guys, they have different drinking rules. And they don't have DUIs over there because there's no drinking age. You can be like 8 and walk into a bar and say, can I get a pint? Nobody
you can be 8.
So here, those
yeah. Don't mess with Germans and their beer, man.
No, man, that's like wow.
It's Oktoberfest country.
It's like Sicilians and revenge, man. I'm telling you, it's great stuff. I want to talk real quick. I was at the Raiders game. We hooked up with our good friend Adam Trigger. He's the sweetest guy. We're going to see him Tuesday at the Rebels game. But guys, I got to tell you, Dionne and I both wore silver and black, even though we both had the Colts. I didn't know she had the friggin' coach
I
wear
didn't
for the
have to
game.
coach yesterday.
Oh, you didn't?
I did not.
See, I don't even know what she's doing. All right, well, are we married? Hi, hello. We had
I
a
was
lot
just
of fun.
rooting for you.
But I will tell you guys, did you know there's a new promotion out the NFL's doing? I don't know, Moneyline Matt's really abreast of what's going on in the NFL, but I don't know if he knows about the new promotion. Apparently, NFL is going to be offering an opportunity to a new high school football coach every week, whoever opposes Josh McDaniels and the Raiders, to see if he can actually beat anybody at the high school level. Guys, I wake up to this now. Guys, I got to tell you. Every week, and McDaniels, I got to tell you, it's the in-game calling. And I'm going to tell you guys, Derek Carr should get in the car, drive, go get a job as an electrician or parking cars somewhere. He makes bad decisions. And, it's the in-game decision-making by both him and the coaching staff. I'm sorry. There's talent on this team, but they are just garbage. Having said that, one or two more things, guys, I got to tell you.
Geno Smith is outplaying him.
Yeah, you know that? It's
Oh, yeah,
funny.
no doubt.
A lot of quarterbacks outplaying him.
Grant,
I'm
you're in
going to tell you
trouble.
something else. I think that everybody affiliated with the Minnesota Vikings organization should start playing Powerball jackpot. Because if this team ain't one of the luckiest teams in football, it's amazing. Now, I'm not going to argue that they've got one loss. They earn their victories. They don't go out there to lose. But come on, guys. I think we'd all agree they're a little bit lucky. Having said that, a lot of these standings are, we're a little more than halfway through the season for the most part, the regular season. The NFC East, guys, with the Buffalo Bills losing 2 in a row, looking vulnerable. A few years ago, Matt, the Kansas City Chiefs were unstoppable. And then defenses started, watching game films, and what worked against Mahomes, they weren't so unstoppable anymore. Now, Josh Allen, that mustache has got to go, but I got to tell you, he makes some mistakes. He's a very athletic. He's very exciting. He's one of the best in the league. But he makes some dumb decisions at times in the game. That's all I'm saying, guys. Maybe we should check his collegiate, midterms and end term scores over in Wyoming to see. He might be like Patrick Ewing, went to Georgetown. He couldn't read the drink and drive commercial on the Villanova National. Don't drink and drive. But, the AFC East is kind of still open. And right now, Buffalo is tied with the Jets in second place. The South, I think, belongs to Tennessee. The North, maybe Baltimore. The West is, Kansas City. I will tell you, though, Philly's a little lucky. I don't want to get into what we got tonight and what anybody's got tonight. But, the Giants are winning. Cowboys are behind them. Even Washington, they're getting better as the season progresses. I think they won 3 in a row. Tampa Bay looks like they're starting to pull away a little bit. Is Minnesota that good? Or they're just in the worst division of football? Come on, guys. They got 8 wins. The other 3 teams, Green Bay, Detroit, and Chicago, have a combined 10. And I think the NFC West is still a little up for grabs right now. It really is. So interesting stuff. Not too much more fluff, guys, but I got to tell you.
I think Tua is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL.
Playing good football. They seem to be having fun. Not a lot of pressure on them. Matt, any comments on David Tua?
Yeah, I was going to say with Tua.
David Tua, the fighter. That's your man. On Tua.
With Tua, he's really making some impressive throws. He's putting it in spots no one else can get it, only his wide out, and he
gets no credit for it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And then guys like
Justin Herbert hasn't won jack, and he's heralded as Jesus Christ, and Tua's outplaying him up the yin-yang. So.
Yesterday, I would put that game on Josh Allen personally. You just got to get the snap and QB sneak it, and you guys win. Like, that's your job as a quarterback. You learn that when you're 8 years old. And then just at the end, pressing a little too hard. Like, you didn't have to make that throw. Go to the next down or check it down or take off with your feet. Just questionable decisions when the game is on the line. I love Josh Allen. I love his talent. But I'm with you there, Joe. I think you might need to check it for a second.
Matt, I want to tell you something. I said it before on the show, and Ross Benjamin disagreed with me. I think Josh Allen's a lot like Ben Roethlisberger. I think they're athletic. They have a lot of talent. I don't think they have the greatest minds for in-game playing. I think that I don't want to get into some argument. Roethlisberger won multiple Super Bowls. Yeah, the running game and offensive line and a great defense. So we got to stop, guys. I don't want to get into the 85 Bears who only need to score 11 points to win. Come on, guys. When your defense is
9 points
systems, I think that Ben Roethlisberger went 20+ years in the league, and he never knew how to tuck a ball or throw the ball down or throw it up. I'm sorry. I think he's still got a lot of maturing to do. And
he was 6'6", 270.
Matt, one more thing, and then we'll get into free games, guys. I don't get a lot of fluff today. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. We're having a good time. It's Monday.
We love
I
it.
got a call from a good friend of mine who knows the UFC very well. He's a fighter. And he said, Joe, I will tell you, there's no way Pereira or Poirier are going to lose this week. So I said, okay. I forgot that I put in 2 bets on Pereira plus 190. I don't remember what I got Poirier at. Remember the 190 because I put in a round number and I got back X amount on Pereira. I don't remember what I put on Dustin Poirier. But both fights, did you see those coming?
So with Poirier, I definitely saw that coming. I mean, it was a very competitive fight, but you have 2 guys like Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler was a champion in Bellator for a ton of years, came over to the UFC. He's been only fighting the top guys. So that was one I did see coming. You know, Poirier, when he's in those absolute wars, that's when he kind of shines and fights at his best. So, you know, it was a bloody mess. I don't know if you guys saw it, but then Poirier ended up getting a rear naked choke at the end. But I will say the Israel Adesanya one I did not see coming. I mean, I watched back those fights in their kickboxing days. I thought Adesanya had an edge. One thing I will say, though, is when I saw those two in the ring starting the fight, Alex Pereira was so much bigger of a man. He had to have had 20 to 30 pounds on his, no joke. So
and
right
6
when I saw
inches
that,
too.
Yeah, exactly. When I saw that, my heart sunk. Because I watched the weigh-ins and they looked pretty equal on the weigh-ins. But then you got to understand with the fight game, with the UFC mixed martial arts, you're taking that weight off and you're also putting it back on. So it's all, you know, who's your coaches, your nutritionist, stuff like that. So if you can effectively put weight, take it off and put it back on like Alex Pereira did, and he's naturally a 215 guy, 220, God, that's a dangerous guy. And I think I maybe just underestimated a little bit. I mean, Izzy did have the fight won. But when you're that powerful, it's just, you know, you're always.
Sorry to interrupt. I think he did beat Izzy like twice in kickboxing.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. The first one was by decision. The second one was by knockout in his hometown.
I was shocked by that, though. Shocked.
Matt, I think I'm going to get back in the ring. Take me about 12, 14 weeks to get back into fight shape. As you know, guys, 94-0 boxing, 133-0-1 karate matches. I got disqualified from my first match. I didn't know the rules. That guy got punched in the face. There's nothing I could do.
You kicked some guy in the bar.
I'm going to go back, Matt. You're going to be my manager. I want to manage you like the guy of the mouth of the South with coming in with the bullhorn. And maybe we could at least get a couple of fights. Maybe we'll get some odds, and maybe I'll tank a fight.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful.
All right, guys. And without any further ado, I know there's a lot of fluff, but it's Monday, and we really enjoyed this panel. The show is live. If you have any questions or comments for our panel, guys, we got a lot of free plays coming at you. Also, hit like, subscribe. Comment, repost. We want to hit 10,000 followers on YouTube before the end of football. We've only got 3 months. We need your help to do so. Having said that, Dionne's got some discounts. Then we're going to get right into free plays. Guys?
Yeah, so don't forget, today is $9 Monday. Both over at Sports Memo and WagerTalk, you can get $9 plays from all of the amazing cappers that we have on the websites. We also do have tomorrow is $2 Tuesday over at Sports Memo and WagerTalk. The $2 cappers for Sports Memo are going to be Joe D'Amico, Dan Kaiser, and Matt Josephs. $2 a piece, or you can get all 3 for just the low price of $5. And over at WagerTalk, the $2 capper is going to be Drew Martin. So make sure you come on over to both sites tomorrow and pick up those $2 Tuesday winners. And we also do have a new special that we have going starting today. You can get a 7-day all-access pass for just $69. All you have to do is use code MEMO7 upon checkout. That is good for all of the cappers over at Sports Memo. And it is also good for the 4 regular cappers that are on the First Family Show. That will be good for Tokyo Brandon. We have Tony Mejia, Adam Trigger, and Jimmy Adams. So make sure you take advantage of those before those do disappear, because those are good for 1 week.
The best customer appreciation discounts on the planet. Unrivaled. Sports Memo WagerTalk, guys, after the show. Go over there and also check out the deals page. You know, every single day there are special things on the deals page that even us, the cappers, don't know about. Check them out. I know I had a lot of fluff today, guys. I'm sorry about that. It's Monday, but I really enjoy Jesse, Brandon, and Matt. And we don't get a chance to talk collectively too often. Jesse's in Southeast Asia. Brandon is in Tokyo. Moneyline Matt, I think he's in Canada now. He's up in Detroit. He's up in the Detroit area. So we don't get a lot of chances to talk, all of us, so we like to BS a lot, guys. Forgive me. So without any further ado, the first lady in Las Vegas, doing great in the NHL. Five of the last 6.
5 and 2 out of my last
5
7.
and 2 the last 7. NBA's doing good. You had winning Saturday and Sunday.
I did.
You're doing great all over the leaderboards. Your free plays on all these Sports Memo TV shows hitting over 80% for 4 months now. She's going to tell you what she's been doing, what she's going to be doing on the premium side, and she has another free winner for you. Dionne, the floor is yours, darling.
Thank you. And as Joey did mention, I did have a pretty good weekend in both college and pro football, and also hockey, going 5-3 over the weekend overall. Today, we're going to go ahead and continue with that winning streak, and we're going to have today my 5% Monday Night Football winner along with my 100% NHL Monday Moneymaker. They are both posted over at Sports Memo right now for $9 Monday. And for today's free play, sports fans, it's kind of shocking that Troy comes into this matchup 2-0, while Florida State is 0-2. Now, the line is currently 9.5, and on my set of power ratings, I have the Seminoles -12 and -13. You know, Florida State is 0-2 for the first time in a long time. They were without a couple of starters and added another injury on Friday. And as a matter of fact, they got quite a few players that are going to be out for a long time, for long term on this team. And that is why I feel they are bounced back today and a big and very well needed victory. If you recall, this is a team that ended last season with wins at Virginia in late February. Then in March, beat Notre Dame and NC State before falling to Syracuse. Yes, I know they have a lot of injuries, but if they don't turn things around right here today against a team that they are far superior than, it's going to be a tough to dig themselves out of that mental and emotional hole right now. Troy just doesn't have the horses to run in this matchup. Granted, they are off to a good start, but their 2 victories are over Montevallo and Mississippi University for Women Owls. Come on now. Seriously? Yes, I had to double check that name twice to make sure that I was actually reading that right. That cracks me up. I thought we were talking about men's, not women's. I'm sorry. But despite being winless thus far and dealing with injuries, I still feel the Seminoles are going to turn things around today. They need to give themselves a little bit of momentum and a little self-confidence. And FYI, their first 2 games on this campaign did not have lines on them, but the Trojans did finish last season failing to cover their Final Four outings. So I'm going to go ahead and take Florida State in this matchup today.
By the way, just the first play in Las Vegas is Florida State. I didn't tell you right before the show. The line went to 10. I'm sorry. I didn't tell you, but she says take the Florida State Seminoles today. She's doing great work. You have a big game up for tonight, too?
I have 2. I have my Monday Night Football winner, and I also have my 100% NHL Monday Moneymaker.
Now, I have one question for you.
Yes.
Is the team woman or is it female owls is the name? I'm confused. Are there a difference between the owls? I'm very confused here. It's very confusing. They should have like a disclaimer before the name. Dionne's a winner.
I agree with that.
I was really confused. Dionne's a winner. Go follow her over at Sports Memo. You'll be following her to the bank. My friends, a lot of fun on the show, but great content. Don't go anywhere. We have a lot more free content for you. Games going off today. Tokyo Brandon, first of all, besides being just one of our favorites, you know, very quietly, Tokyo Brandon is the number 2 all sports capper at WagerTalk 2020. He's also 2022. He's off a 5% win on North Carolina plus 3.5. He's got a 5% play in NBA today. $9 over at WagerTalk. Also $9 plays every day at WagerTalk page. You know, Tokyo Brandon, I got to tell you, you know, I mean this sincerely. You know, you go to like one of these big price clubs like Sam's Club or Costco, where you buy like a lot in bulk. Tokyo Brandon gives you the best there is in bulk, and he really does. You know, he's the epitome of saving your money is making your money. He gives you a lot of content. He chews it down to a lower price because he wants, you know, we had a lot of discussions. I don't want to let you behind the curtain, but he wants everybody from guys that might bet a little bit less on games to guys that do bet a lot of money on games. He wants everybody to get winning information. I love that about him. A lot of integrity. He's going to tell you what he's been doing.
Nice today is not only is he going to give you one play, but he's going to give you an extra bonus play today.
You know, he's just the best, isn't he? It's a great way to start.
And he's got a beautiful smile.
He's got a great smile. And it
Thank you so much.
I love that laugh. I love that laugh. Guys, Tokyo Brandon's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing on the premium side. Another free winner for you. Brandon, the floor is yours.
I appreciate that, Dionne. Dionne, I was just about to say how cute you are, but I didn't want to make Joe angry, so I didn't say it. But anyways, you are very cute, by the way. College football. Let's go to college football this weekend. TCU visits Baylor, and TCU is just the better team. And I looked at this line when it came out. They're only laying at 2 points. I think the line's moved to 3. Doesn't matter because I have TCU winning this by 12.5. So my first free play for the show today is TCU laying 3. I actually got it. I sent it to my subscribers at 2, which is another thing. You should be subscribing to some of these great cappers out there like Jesse and Matt and Joe and Dionne and myself, because you get the line as soon as we put it out. Now, this has moved a point, but I still am not against laying 3. Even though TCU's on the road, they're just a better team than Baylor. Baylor gets a lot of credit for their name, but they're just not the team they were a couple of years ago. So I'm all over TCU in this one.
Great stuff from Tokyo. Brandon, he's got TCU.
Corn
And
Frogs.
guys, he's got a 5% play. And once again, I want to remind
It's
you.
$9 too.
$9. I want you guys to understand that over at Sports Memo, we have 5% plays. We also have 10% releases. They don't have 10% over at WagerTalk. Their highest are 5% plays. So this isn't one of the highest plays that they give out. Tokyo Brandon, $9 WagerTalk. You follow me. Mike. Tokyo Brandon, you have a bonus play for everybody? Would you like to do that now?
do.
Would you like to do that now or later?
I'll save it till the end. How about that?
I love it. I love that, man. I love that.
Make them wait.
Tokyo Brandon is a winner. You know, we love having him on the show. And by the way, he's a trooper. It's after 1 a.m. over there.
I love you guys. You guys are some of the greatest people I ever met.
Thank you. That means a lot to us, Brandon. It really does. And I want you to know that I told you right after week 1, this is the mob. Once you're in, you can't leave. You're here forever. We love you. But you're in. There's blood in, blood out. You ain't leaving, buddy. Well, speaking about blood in, blood out, a family member to us is definitely Jesse Schule. And I know a lot of you out there love Jesse because he's always a lot of fun. But on a more serious side, he's a winning capper. Okay. He is just one of the best cappers in the world. And, you know, he may look like a youngster, but he's been doing this for quite a while. And he's been winning for quite a while. I've seen guys come and go in this business, especially with social media, the popularity. Everybody's got their 15 minutes of fame 24 hours a day. Everybody can say how great they are today. What did you do yesterday, the day before, the last month, last year, last season? You know, Jesse Schule is one of those guys that season in, season out, year in, year out, he's at or near the top multiple sport leaderboards. And he's always a pleasure to have on the show. He's going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's going to be doing, and he's got another free best bet for you. Jesse, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Joe, and thanks for the kind words. Unfortunately, I do have a confession to make. I lost this weekend, and it sucked. And I've been stinking it up for over a week now, and it sucks. So I can't come on here and start bragging without acknowledging the cold, hard truth. However, I was on fire for the previous 12 months up until November started. Perhaps the start of NBA and college basketball combined with college football, NFL, soccer, maybe a little overwhelming for me. Maybe it takes me a couple weeks to recalibrate. But I do have good news, and I will point out that the FIFA World Cup starts next week. And if you're looking for the #1 soccer handicapper at sportsmemo.com, that's me. Woo! And tonight's free play is in the NBA. Must-see TV. The Raptors, without their 2 leading scorers, will face the Pistons without their best player. Why is it must-see TV? Because there's a revenge angle here, ladies and gentlemen. Joe D'Amico is Sicilian. He knows a thing or two about revenge. You know who else knows a thing or two about revenge? Dwayne Casey, the coach of the Pistons, former coach in Toronto. Dwayne Casey with the Raptors, all-time leader in wins, coach of the All-Star game in 2018, coach of the year in 2018. What do the Raptors do? They declined to pick up his contract and they let him go, citing a lack of success in the playoffs because the Raptors were going up against LeBron James every year. Not Casey's fault. Well, Casey's not pleased about it, and he's taken out his frustrations on this Toronto team. The Detroit Pistons don't get up for a lot of games. They get up for these games against Toronto. They've won 6 straight up, despite being a horrible team against a very good Raptors team. They've won 6 in a row straight up. Of course, they've covered the spread in all 6 of those games. The Raptors, without their 2 leading scorers tonight, I don't think the Pistons will miss Cade Cunningham that much. Given the revenge angle, I like the Detroit Pistons to win this game outright. Take the 5 points, but you probably won't need them.
Great stuff from Jesse the Iceman Schule. He says, take the points with the Pistons. Revenge. He says the Pistons are like Joe D'Amico, because I'm Sicilian. I know revenge, guys. We know revenge. I love Jesse Schule, guys. As entertaining as he is, informative, a lot of fun, but a winning capper. After the show, take advantage of $9 Monday over at Sports.
We love Mondays.
Talk.
We love
Sorry,
Mondays.
guys. He's making me laugh.
Joe's dogs are drunk. Jesse's going off. We love
I gotta
Mondays.
love it, guys. You know, guys. I love Jesse Schule, as entertaining as he's informative, but he is a winner. Go over to Sports Memo after the show. Go follow Jesse. You'll follow him to the back, guys. I gotta let you behind the curtain too, as the administrator of the site or the orchestrator of the shows.
The circus.
I have you know, while I'm on a single shot of somebody, we see all the other guys' windows. You don't, and I gotta tell you, Jesse is hysterical. He knows that I can see him, and he does some of the funniest and craziest stuff, and he makes me laugh a lot. So a lot of times I have to mute the mic here, so whoever's speaking, I don't laugh over their analysis, and then sometimes I forget to put the mic back on. So then I'll start talking, and Jesse's going, "You forgot your mic," because he knows what he did to me. I love Jesse Schule. He's a winner. Go follow him. Speaking about winning, my friend, you know, one of the sharpest minds in sports betting today is Moneyline Matt, and don't kid yourself. I want you to know, and I talk about this a lot because, you know, politics is perception. Let me put it that way. And that means a lot more than what I mean. So I know it was election week. That's not what I meant, but politics is perception. Sometimes you look at somebody like Moneyline Mike who has a baby face. He's young looking. You say, oh, wait. He is one of the sharpest minds in sports betting. And I got to tell you, you know, I got to know him before he came over to Sports Melon because I watched his shows. He does NFL and UFC MMA shows. And, you know, he's got a good rep. He always talks very intelligently. He has great angles and analysis, whatever he talks about. And I got to tell you, this is no BS. Even off camera, before and after the shows, we'll talk a lot. Sometimes we should tape before and after the show. That should be the show because we BS, we have fun. But even then, you know, Jesse, Brandon, Matt, Dionne, myself will BS, and then all of a sudden Matt will just start. And he does this without a net. He does not use notes. I have notes everywhere. You know, he's one of the sharpest guys in sports betting today, and he's really making a name for himself, and he's doing some great work. He's going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's going to be doing. Got another free winner for you. Matt, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that as always. And, you know, all in all, it was a solid weekend. We won on UFC. We won on the NBA. Unfortunately, we did not win NFL. Just not the best week NFL. Can't get as consistent as I want. But we're going to have a play on the Monday Night Football matchup. And, of course, we're going to bounce back this weekend. But NBA, UFC have been going very well, like I was saying before. And tonight, the free play that I have will be with the Orlando Magic. That'll be -1 right now. And I think a lot of people have heard me talk about the Orlando Magic on the show. And when I probably first started talking about it, people were probably like, what the hell? This team sucks. And then they go and they beat some pretty good squads, and they've been pretty tough throughout this year. You know, they're on a 2-game winning streak. They beat the Phoenix Suns at home. They beat the Dallas Mavericks at home. And I'm telling you, when you take a look at this roster and you actually break it down, they have a lot of different angles in which they can score. You know, Jalen Suggs is coming on a little bit. Franz Wagner, he's someone who can score 25 plus now. He's been very impressive on the season. Paulo Banchero, he's a game time decision in this game. I do expect him to play, but he's becoming an absolute mismatch for anyone who matches up with him. You know, this is a rookie. He's essentially a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year as long as he doesn't get injured. But this is a guy who's 6'10", 250 pounds as a rookie running the small forward, power forward position. That's tough for anyone. Then you run it back with the Orlando Magic, and they have Bol running that power forward position, a very lengthy, awkward style player. He's a 7-foot power forward who can shoot the three. And then you got Wendell Carter Jr. on top of that, one of the best centers in basketball right now. He can stretch the floor a little bit, shoot the three on top of that. And tonight, they are facing the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets are one of the more inconsistent teams throughout the NBA, and they got back LaMelo Ball. That's probably why this is near a pick'em spread on the road. But the fact that they got back LaMelo Ball isn't that big of a factor to me at this point in time because he's just getting inserted into this lineup. In addition to that, LaMelo Ball even said that if his teammate Dennis Smith Jr., who's a point guard, wouldn't have gotten hurt, he probably wouldn't have come back this early. Now, Dennis Smith Jr. is a game-time decision for this matchup, and there's even a chance that Dennis Smith Jr. plays, and because of that, LaMelo Ball does not. All right, so I think that's an interesting angle to look at as well. And then also just looking at this Hornets team, they're one of the worst teams throughout the NBA in terms of adjusted net rating. And you look at their starting lineup and you understand why. It's just very, very inconsistent. Gordon Hayward is out right now, who's their most consistent shooter. Like I said, they plug in LaMelo Ball. They do have Terry Rozier, but again, two guys who are very inconsistent. They don't play a lot of defense, and I think the length of the Orlando Magic will give them trouble tonight. So because of that, I'm going to go with the Orlando Magic -1 in this home matchup to win 3 in a row.
Great stuff from Moneyline Matt, who is a winner. As I say, man, I toot that horn. Well, not literally. I toot that horn because he's one of the best out there, one of the sharpest minds in sports betting. Go over to Sports Betting after the show. Take advantage. $9 Mondays. We got weeklies for the guys on the show. I'll keep putting that up throughout the show.
$7, $69.
$69 for the week for my good buddy Moneyline Matt. You'll get multiple sports from him. Guys, he is a winner. Guys, he is one of the best there is now. Adjust the volumes. It's Monday, and I'm raring to go. I'm full of wind from the regular leagues, but over the weekend, I don't get a chance for a couple of days to come to you guys. I'm excited about today's free play. Let me tell you what's going on. First, I had another money-making week all last week in multiple sports. I did stay away from pro and college basketball over the weekend, only because I'm very selective in hoops. As far as the NBA goes, guys, since the opening day of the season, I've been either number 1 or number 2. Both winning percentage and profits. I'm hitting over 65%. I did pass on the premium side today, but want you to know the next few days, there's a couple of matchups that I already have my eye on. They call my eye. As far as the college basketball goes, I did not put anything up last week. All right. I'm a 6-time NCAA basketball handicapping champion, and every year I'm in the top 5 on the leaderboard. I want you to know I will start posting games the next few days. I just wanted to wait a rotation or so. These new guys, these true freshmen and new coaches, and there's a lot going on, a lot more than used to be, okay? A lot more than there used to be years ago. So I waited a week. Next few days, I'm going to start posting. Perfect time. Follow me, $69 for the week. Also, guys, real quick, I've been given the moniker by my peers in this business over the last 20 years, because I'm documenting 20 years as the king of Monday Night Football. I've got a big one for you tonight in the NFC East matchup between the Commanders and the Eagles. I feel strongly about this game. I already posted, and being that today's $9 money, you know what I did? I put it for $9. So let's talk about my free play today. This is something that I really do like, and the line went from +1.5 to +2 just before the show. Let's go to the NBA, where the Suns travel to FTX Arena to take on the Miami Heat. The Phoenix Suns have been without Chris Paul for a couple of games in the Star Guard. As of prior to this show, is currently listed as questionable for tonight's contest. But coming off an embarrassing 114-97 loss in Orlando 3 nights ago tells me this team is going to bounce back strongly and make a statement against Miami. I understand the Heat, 5-4 at home this season. They come off back-to-back wins, both at home against the Charlotte Hornets, but Miami is having their own injury issues. They have several guys questionable tonight and a few guys that are out long-term. Having said that, both offensively and defensively, I feel the Suns put up better numbers, and they just have a lot more than the Heat. There's no questioning the fact they also own the NBA's top scoring defense. They only allow 105.5 points per game. They're very good overall in every defensive category, guys. They don't have too many weaknesses on day, I'll tell you that. They've taken 4 of the last 5 meetings in this series, both straight up and against the spread, winning and covering the most recent, which happened last March, 111-90. They've also covered 4 straight at the FTX Arena. This is a place for the Heat. It's their home. It's their home court. But yet they're just 2-10 ATS the last 12 as a host. Tells you they get overvalued when in Miami by the odds makers. One more thing: the Suns are 8-3 against the number the last 11 following a straight up loss. They bounced back. Good for us sports bettors, guys. Getting a 1.5 or now 2 points here. I'm taking Phoenix. Join me, and together we'll take our bookmakers' money. Let's get everybody back out. I want to go back to Tokyo Brandon real quick, guys. He's got a bonus play for everybody. He's going to give his bonus play again. And once again, guys, I just want you to know, Tokyo Brandon, number 2 all sports capper at WagerTalk 2022. But guys, even look at last year. He was right up there in all the stats as well. He's off a 5% win, North Carolina plus 3.5. He's got a 5% play today in NBA. $9. Remember, WagerTalk, they don't have 10% play, so this is a top play. Brandon, give everybody your bonus play.
Yeah, in 2021, I was the number 1 all sports capper at WagerTalk, and this year I'm number 2, so I'm chasing that pinnacle for 2 years in a row. Hopefully, I can get there. But my bonus play, is in the Denver versus Sacramento State game. A little bit a game probably everyone is looking forward to watching. It's the late game. No, I'm just kidding. I know nobody's going to watch this, but professional cappers like Matt, Jesse, Joe, Dionne will tell you that it's not the games that you're watching that are the most profitable. Sometimes it's those games that are way out there that nobody's watching, that are on the Discovery Channel or something like that. And those are the ones that the cappers or the bookmakers are not really paying that much attention to, and they might give you a little mistake of a line. And I think this is one of those situations where the line is way off. I have Denver winning this by 18 points, and I looked at the line, and it was 2 when I put it out. It's 3 now, but I think Denver over Sacramento State is well, I don't want to say money in the bank, but I think it's a really good play because Denver, let's face it, this early in the season, nobody's played anyone. But Denver has a 51% field goal percentage, while Sacramento State is at 39. I just think Denver's a better team. They're at home, and I think 3 is not too much to cover for them. So I'm all over Denver over Sacramento State as my bonus play, and that's just for you guys here. Again, get my 5% $9 play at WagerTalk. Go to Tokyo Brandon's page at WagerTalk.com, and you'll find that there as well.
Great stuff, guys, from Tokyo Brandon. Always with the bonus plays. Remember, 5% play, $9. Guys, before we run down today's free plays by everybody on the show, a couple of comments we're going to run through. We've got some great people here. Our good friend Roger Long is in the house. He said, talking about you, Moneyline Matt, you've got a high-powered rifle, baby. Even if you are a Tigers fan, we love them. Now I got Roger Long.
It's rabbit season. It's rabbit season.
I gotta tell you what,
Crazy rabbit.
our good friend Derek Miller said, why are the other people on the show when only one person does all the talking? I keep telling you, Dan, you talk.
No,
I
Derek.
too much. I need to tone it down a little
Guys,
bit.
and Derek, I just want you to know I host the show a little bit and I try to segue from segment to segment. The thing is I really enjoy what I do. I get to wake up with my soulmate, do what I love to do. I get to work with the best and some of my best friends on the planet, but some of the best in the history of this business with Matt, Brandon, Jesse. And I also get to come to you and give you free winners and hopefully you put your trust in me on the premium side. I take a lot of pride in that. So I'm very excited. Specifically on Monday, I get a little more long-winded because it's a long weekend. I missed you guys. I missed my friends. And I get to do this for a living, guys. They say if you find something you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. Well, I'm up at 1 a.m. every day, and I'm also on 2 pots of coffee. What kind of coffee we have?
Some local coffee today.
So I will tell you, I'm very long-winded to begin with, but on Mondays, I'm really excited coming to you, starting a new week. It's usually Fridays are paydays on this planet, but I think Monday is a payday because we have some of the best guys in the world here on Monday. So that's why I do all the talking. I'm just excited, buddy. That's all. I'm long-winded, guys. Guys, listen, I got a Napoleon complex. I wear big watches, big jewelry. I wear sunglasses. You know what? It's not because I'm cool. It's because I have a Napoleon complex. I lie. I used to tell people I was 5'10" when I had hair. I'm only 5'7". So guys, Derek, I wanted to address that because we appreciate you tuning in, and I do talk a lot. But I get to do this and come to you every day.
We like that.
One of my favorite people, along with the love of my life. So I'm excited. We're going to run down today's free plays, and then you know what the other guys are going to do? We're going to take a well-needed couch day. We're going on the couch. We're going to watch the season premiere of Yellowstone and the season finale of Interview with a Vampire. So no spoilers, guys. We're going to need a little bit of a couch day. I do got to get a few things done, but let's run down our free plays. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Let's start off. So I wanted to address that, guys. Yeah, I'm long-winded. So let's go to my good buddy.
She knows already.
She knows. Now, listen, guys, I can say good morning, and by the time I'm done, it's lunchtime. Dionne, what did you have for everybody today?
Yeah, so your good buddy over here is going to go ahead and take Florida State Seminoles today minus the 10.
Oh, my goodness.
You're
Tokyo
good,
Brandon, take it away, kid.
Yeah, college football this weekend. I'm all over TCU. Lay the points against Baylor, and my bonus play is today. College basketball. Take Denver and lay the points against Sacramento State.
I love that, Brandon. Let's go to my man, the body himself, Jesse Schule.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, and tonight it's the Pistons upsetting the Raptors.
Gotta love it. Moneyline Matt.
Hey, tonight I'm going to be with the Orlando Magic -1 at home against the Charlotte Hornets.
You got it. And your sexy and savory, long-winded host said the Phoenix Suns plus the 2. All right, guys. Dionne's going to take us out of here.
Joe and Dionne are going to go make out on the couch, so you guys can tune out now.
No, we make out everywhere. Really, really quick. So Tokyo Brandon, I got in trouble 2 weeks ago. Again, Dionne and I went shopping. We take my dad. He lives with us. He's 90, and he's a character. You think I'm? So he takes that. So my dad goes around on those scooters around the aisles. We went food shopping. He was going around. I thought I was alone in the aisle. It was early in the morning. I was kissing my wife. So my father kept it quiet. I guess he saw us. He went up to the manager of the store when we were checking it. He says, "I like to speak to the manager." He says, "These two people here were doing something in the aisle. They were making porn in the aisle. I just want you to know." So 2 minutes later, we're walking out. As we walk out, they got the old-fashioned PA systems. So I picked up the mic. I said, "We have a senior citizen who's lost. We have a senior citizen who's lost. If it makes it any easier, he has over-the-counter Viagra, prune juice, and Metamucil in his cart. He was MFing me the whole way out. It was hysterical. My father's
Sounds like fun.
Dionne's going to take us out of here, guys. Dionne's going to take us out of here. And guys,
Never a dull moment.
I love you guys.
Yeah, so make sure that you follow all of the guests on Twitter that are on the First Family Show, along with myself and Joey. And don't forget to tune into all of Sports Memo TV shows for a ton of free winners and some great betting insights as well. And on behalf of Sports Memo, WagerTalk, Jesse, Tokyo Brandon, Moneyline Matt, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.